Draw to Calvin Jones, and right there, and there may have been a fumble, and Miami says they have.
そうですね。Hey. になりました。マイアミは
Ladies and gentlemen, we are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
All right, as you can see, we're having a little bit of a technical problem, a little late in the evening. Your reaction right now to Miami and what's going on, and the Huskers
they're having a technical problem.
Yeah, really.
They really are. You know, it's strange, and you watch it year after year, and you see teams like Nebraska and Oklahoma who predominantly run the football, and this is what they do in the Big 8. All right? Now you go down and you play a team like Miami that throws the ball all over the place. Their defense, number one, very rarely sees that kind of an offense. So when it's almost like a mismatch.
We can't see it. All right,
So you know when, yeah. So when you look at a team like Nebraska, I think they're mismatched against a team like Miami or Florida State or Florida or any team that throws the ball. They have a problem with it.
Okay. All right. As you can see, there's a picture we have up now. There's a power problem. We don't know exactly the source of that power problem. Okay. All right. I understand we've lost the NBC feed, and we are now taking the Japanese feed. Paul, perhaps you can help us with that.
Well, I would like to. I mean, this I can't do anything in Japanese. What do I know? Nothing. I did some games in Tokyo, but I don't know anything I can do in Japanese. But I know no matter what country's seeing this thing.
Let's review a little bit of what's happening. Of course, it's 22-0 Hurricanes, of course, leading the Huskers.
Well, when you look at it, it's just total dominance of not only offensively, but I think surprising to Nebraska that Miami, their defense is just totally shut down Nebraska's running game. And, you know, when you and I talked before this game about who had the advantage, it was Miami because, again, the field is wet. It has been raining. The receivers know where they're going. Offense always knows where it's going. And it puts a lot of pressure on the defensive secondary. And when you take a look at Miami, they just are doing whatever they want to do offensively. And if it wasn't for the penalties, this game would be like 50-0.
Mm-hmm. We've been looking at Gino Torretta. What is your evaluation of him?
Torretta is...
As he compares, in the long and storied history of Miami quarterbacks.
Well, he's got a great offensive line in super receivers. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the quarterback, Torretta, but watch when he sets up, he knows that he has receivers all over the field. More than one's going to be open. But the nice thing I like about it, take a look at this play here, where he runs out of trouble. He's got quick feet. He reads right away. He tucks the ball down. There has been a couple interceptions in a ball game, but mostly you'll see Torretta, he will protect the ball. There was a time when he threw the ball out of the end zone to save the interception. I mean, he's just, I think he's a very heady quarterback, and a guy does a great job. But again, you're looking at an offense that is comparable to some of the pro teams. I think this offense is better than the Indianapolis Colts.
All right, here's Tourette again. Again running away. And out of bounds.
Well, that's, you know, that's the replay of the play with Tourette, and they show you the quick feet. He doesn't hesitate. If the pressure is on him, he gets himself out of trouble, and you got to like that. Or he'll throw the ball away, and he really does throw a bad pass.
Okay. By the way, there are 10 minutes and 25 seconds left in this quarter, Paul. How much Japanese do you know? Let me repeat some scoring for you. First of all, Gino Tourette, 8-yard touchdown pass to Kevin Williams. That put the Canes on top, 7-0. Kevin Williams, an outstanding player for the Miami Hurricanes. Carlos Huerta, 2 field goals, one for 24 yards, another for 24 yards. That made it 13-0. Miami scoring on its first 3 possessions of the game. Larry Jones then a 1-yard touchdown run, and of course they've been able to hang in there with their backfield. You know, Maguire is not in there, and they've had their problems. And Larry Jones is in there, and he's certainly done his share to keep things going. Huerta also a 54-yard field goal, so he's had a good night, 22-0.
And I think again, Gayle, when you really look at it, if it weren't for the penalties against the Miami Hurricanes, I can guarantee you that this game would be somewhere near the 50s. There have been a lot of dumb penalties.
All right, after that punt, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more right after this. 22-0 Miami. Stay with us. All right, of course, we again apologize for the technical problems we are having from Miami. As you can see, the Canes leading Nebraska 22-0. There are about 9 minutes left in the game, actually 8:56 left in the game. And the Huskers with the ball. That's Mickey Joseph at quarterback. And Joseph back to pass.
That's the wing back, Vincent Hawkins, and he gets the ball to the outside. But you're looking at, they made a change with McCants, and I think the change should, could have come earlier. Gayle, the biggest problem is that he just, McCants had no time to throw the football. The pressure was on him at all times. And, to say, okay, they should have changed quarterbacks earlier, I don't think so. You go with the guy that brought you this far, and that's McCants, so you play him. Joseph is in the game now, but I mean that's just a change that you make. It's not. I don't think there was an injury. At least we didn't see one.
Joseph again.
Calvin. That's Calvin Jones, his running back, and he's been doing very well. Unfortunately, the rest of the team hasn't. You know the most difficult thing about doing a game like this? Mm-hmm. You don't hear anything. I mean, you don't hear the sounds and everything. And here's a team that's just trying to stay in the game. They know how important this game is, Nebraska, because, you're looking at #1 and the national title.
Oh, and also, Paul, we're talking about a shutout here. And the last thing Tom Osborne wanted to be was shut out in the Orange Bowl. There's no doubt about that.
Well, there's just no question about that. They like to put some points on the board. I think that they
Calvin Jones once again as he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think they realize the fact that the game, as much as hard as they've been playing, the game is pretty much in the hands of Miami, and they would like to look good. The controversy has been going on all day long is who is #1, and we already know Washington's. They won by 24, so they believe that they have a share. There's 8:28 remaining in this game. The score is 22-0 Miami. But the one thing is if Nebraska can get on the board here, and obviously would have to go for 2, get them back in the ball game. Now we saw something in the earlier today in one of the games, the Penn State game, that they looked like they were totally dominated in the first half by Tennessee.
That was Lance Lewis on the carry.
But yet they come back and they win the ball game handedly. So I mean, things can turn around in a ball game. I don't see that with Nebraska in this game, but I think they can make it a little bit closer than what it is now. And this is no time to be thinking field goal. They're all thinking they're thinking nothing but touchdown here.
Okay, 8 minutes left to go. Well, 8:12. Fumble. And Miami recovers. Number 95 is Eric Miller, defensive tackle.
Okay.
All right, that was Jason Marucci. Let's go back to Dick
the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Enberg.
We apologize. We had a major power failure that knocked out all of our television pictures and sounds, as well as the 25-second clocks. And now, using the one camera available, Japanese television, Telemundo, covering this Orange Bowl game, that's their one camera, and borrowing our feed. And since our cameras were all knocked out with a total failure, power failure, that's all you've been able to watch. We thank you for your patience. Gino Toretta, the Miami quarterback, guiding his Hurricanes 22-0 with 5.5 minutes left in this, the final quarter. And that's Jason Marucci, the backup fullback.